Hi there, Michelle on the Solely Rested channel. Today I thought I'd make a cup of tea with you and fill you in on a few little details about how I make one of my favorite cups of tea. Meanwhile, I'm getting photobombed by Bixby, but he's stinking cute, yes? Hey, Bix! Hey! That's what you get when you sit on the front porch on a beautiful fall day. You have the dog involved in your video too. So I have a cup of really hot water that I just poured, and I'm going to make mint lilac honey infused tea. First off, we grow our own mint. You can see I need to replenish my jar. We actually just now, this week, hung all of our mint to dry. I have a couple different ways that I dry it. I'll leave links to one really neat way using a paper bag, and then I also just hang it from the rafters of our kitchen. So, whatever works best for you, but if you can grow your own mint and you know exactly, your source of where it comes from, whoops, that is always your best option. So I know this is completely organic. I know everything about this mint, yes. And then I have just a little filter here. I like using the bigger one instead of those little small, I don't know what you call them, little tiny infusers. I like the bigger one just because it gives a lot of room for the hot water to infuse around the leaves, and it gives me all this open space, easy room that I can crush my leaves just to get a little more flavor. So I crush them up a little bit, get my lid on. I have a tall one like this that I love using for my loose leaf tea when I'm making my first and second ferments of kombucha, but I love using this just for my mug. Okay, so before I put my mint in it to get my tea flavor, I am going to add in honey in an unusual way. This is a loose leaf bag that was filled with lilac blooms. Let me see if you can see that. Oop, put this back up. I should have just left it there. So there's my lilac blooms. Back in the spring, I got a handful of lilac blooms and placed them in just a simple tea filter and soaked them in my honey. I'll leave a video where I tell you more about that in the description. But now I'm left with this bag that of course is pretty much covered in honey, and I'm thinking, I don't want to waste a drop of this honey. So what I'm going to do after I've scraped it off thoroughly is I'm going to soak this down in my hot water. So that amazing lilac honey flavor is going to soak off and into the water. Because the lilacs are inside the bag, I'm pretty sure, 99.2% sure, that I will not be getting any lilac blooms in my tea. If I do, not a big deal. Lilac flowers are actually edible. There are actually some good health benefits to eating lilac flowers, believe it or not. But I think they're all going to stay in my bag, yep. So the hot water is going to wash off all that honey so I don't waste one drop. All natural sugar, it's expensive for a reason. It's not easy to come by. I mean, seriously, making maple syrup is where I came up with my mantra. It's not just a tagline, it's like my life mantra that simple joys require hard work. The joy itself is so simple, just something to sweeten your tea, but it takes hard work. It does. So you don't want to waste a drop of it. So this is the solution I came up with, and then I'm even going to squeeze it to get the last little bit of honey out of that. And this is going to be a delicious cup of tea with lilacs and honey and mint from our garden. So there you go. And that just floats right on top. I really should have gotten a napkin. That just floats on top. And I don't have, here we go. Now, I'm going to give that a few minutes for the mint to diffuse in the water. This is going to be an amazing cup of tea, y'all. I mean, this came from, if the honey was our own honey from our apiary, which we do raise our own honey, this was not actually, this was the Tupelo honey. Watch the video that I'll put in the description. Trust me, you want to know about this honey. It's amazing. But it could have been made with our own honey, and then every single thing that makes up every tiny sip of this drink, I would have raised right here on our homestead. That alone makes the food or the drink delicious. But seriously, this is honestly one of my favorite teas. So I hope that gives you a little inspiration to try some mint honey, maybe some floral infused honey tea. And I hope you're having a fantastic day in your neck of the woods.